it's so nice there. I mean, you got like
nice,
water. It's way bigger.
You got water.
At the end of the day, it's like we're all on the same like kind of squad. Almost,
Yeah.
We're on. All right. We should jam sometime. Episode whatever. Actually, so I think that we decided that coming soon, we're going to drop the whole isolation tapes thing and just be regular. We should jam sometime.
Hell yeah.
But we still have a few episodes left.
I've finally been indoctrinated into the entire podcast, eh?
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. That's how I wanted it to be. I finally did it. I finally found a co-host.
Nice. I'm honored.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. So this like could be like episode 65 because I went and I like renumbered everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, that's crazy, man. 65.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, we really need people to let's start. For the remaining 35 episodes or whatever. Let's get more listeners. So make sure you share the episodes if you're enjoying them. Tell your friends.
Yes, definitely.
About them. And also, the response as we continue through the weeks to the waitlist video have been great. The Lost Arts numbers have been going up. I said a couple weeks ago that they were going down. Now they're going back up.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice to see. It's nice to see when you're like, oh, man, where are these streams coming from? And just new playlists start popping up. And you're like, oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You got to love it. You got to love it.
There's my little humble brag for this week's episode.
Hell yeah.
Do you have anything to plug?
Well, I mean, this will have come and passed because it's happening in 24 hours from recording this podcast. But I'm doing my very first piano stream tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. I bought this piano 4 weeks ago, and I've been slamming away on it as much as I possibly can. I've been approaching it the exact same way that I did with guitar, where I've just been learning chords and learning songs and structures and stuff. So I've just kind of picked like 4 or 5 like easy songs that like I know on guitar already, and if I butcher them a bit on piano, I don't really give a shit. But I think that kind of throwing myself in the deep end and like having this deadline to meet and like a goal is gonna help. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, the live stream's a good move, I think, because, you're right. Now you have, like, a reason that you got to start kind of getting this stuff down.
And the stream is different, right?
Factor.
That, like, I was getting really tired of doing the live streams in general because I was playing the same songs and doing the same thing and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's, not that I'm roasting the way people are doing the live streams, because I think they're good for, they're good for the people that are doing them. They're good for the people that are watching them. But it's just, I felt like I just see some guy playing an acoustic guitar all the time, and I was just tired of doing it. But I was also just kind of tired of playing fucking guitar altogether. So I'm really excited to be doing this and changing it up a bit. And that video will be up still. So even though you can't watch it live, I'm plugging that video. Go check that video out.
Yeah, man, nice. I mean, come out of isolation with a new skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's been coming along okay. I'm definitely gonna try to get some actual serious lesson kind of thing going down, or learn some theory or whatever. But I'm liking kind of the approach I'm taking with it right now, so far.
Definitely. You should learn the 2 Queens of the Stone Age songs that have piano in them.
Deal. I want to learn.
I
want to learn "Long Slow Goodbye." I know that's probably not even a piano song, is it?
I don't think so, and I'm pretty sure it's just E minor the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2 chords. It's 2 chords.
You know what though, man? Have you ever seen the live video? I think it might be Strombo and Josh Homme in a church. And he it's like an interview, and he plays a couple songs, and he plays that song, and it's in a church, and it's fucking
sounds incredible.
It's one of those things where you're just like, dude, Josh is one of the greatest singers.
Yeah,
he's just such a crooner.
I do love that man.
I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm always like, well, how can I learn a Queen song with this new instrument? What Queen song has a friggin' harmonica on it? I'll learn that one. But it's not Strombo, it's Zane Lowe, my bad. But anyway, I'll send that to you after. But Yeah, I would go watch that, everybody. Josh Homme, Zane Lowe, Long Slow Goodbye. It's in a church. It's fucking awesome.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway, Craig, I have a question for you.
What is your question?
Can we jam yet?
The true question, the thematic question of this series. Well, like we should
come
jam.
Close to an end of the isolation tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Can we jam yet?
Yeah, I think that we can. I really do. And I mean, probably not everyone can jam, you know, and not everyone can jam with everybody. But it's been a question that I've been wrestling with for a couple weeks now, and mostly because I'm really, really sick of doing the like webcam fucking writing and demoing and stuff. Not that I think like demos aren't important or constructive or whatever. I'm just really fucking tired of doing them because, especially with brand new songs, like if you send me a song over a demo, I'm gonna have to take like probably a half an hour to fucking figure that song out. But if you're in the room with me and you have a new song, I'm gonna have it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? That's the main reason. But anyway, I do think that we can jam. What do you think?
I mean, I would like to think that we could jam. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, totally uneducated. I have not been on the CBC.
Yeah, we're not doctors, everyone.
I have no idea what we're allowed to do. But, I mean, I think we're getting to a point in all this where we are like, we're over it. And I get it that it's like, that's so kind of selfish to say. But it is kind of at a point where it's like, it's been, 2 months now. What's the deal? What can we do? And it's the same thing, as I humbly bragged at the beginning of this episode. We're kind of in this, Lost Stars is in this second wave of promotion for our single, and then that's pretty much it. And it's nice almost to see the numbers come down from the first wave and then go back up. It's like, cool, this fucking video that we put time and effort into worked. That's cool. But my point in saying that is that now I'm like excited and I want to see my band and I want to write new songs.
Yeah.
And I want to get going again because now I'm like, cool, what's next? Like, what can we do? Because I like making content, which is why I've done 65 of these fucking podcasts. That,
you don't do that if you don't want to. That's
seven people have been listening to, and I appreciate all 7 of you. But again, it's like I just love doing that shit, and I want to get back at it again. And that's the thing with the demos. Not to call my band out, but there's been a lot more talking than there has been doing.
Oh, 100% on my part too. Like specifically from
getting new shit done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I'm not perfect, and like the weird like with the dynamic of the band though too, it's like it's kind of on Nick to send something so we can, because that's how stuff starts. But also what we realized too, our band doesn't operate in this like piecemeal kind of way. Like we operate in a very like jam setting. We operate together. Because like Nick might bring something to the practice, but like I'll tweak the riff a little bit, or like Hayden will have a different spin on it, and then Drake will start with a beat, and then Nick's like, actually, what if we and it's very like it's all hands on deck. And when it's just a demo, it's
there's just
hard,
no life to it.
There's no life. Yeah, it's like, is this riff cool? You're like, yeah, it is cool. Okay. And it's like, okay, I'll put a demo together. And then you're like, okay. And then it's like, hey, did you do the demo?
Yeah.
And then just nothing. There's no text or anything.
I'm the one that's guilty of that though in my band. Like with Jared. Jared's been sending me, he's been really good about sending the demos. And a big shout out to Jared for your work ethic through this whole thing. It's been very admirable. But I mean, I've also been working the whole time, right? So it's a bit different. But he sends me demos, and I'm like when I have the time to sit down and work on it, like I have to take like a good half hour just to learn the song. I got to listen to the track over and over again, because you can't be like, hey, can you just play me that part? And you just play the one part like 10 times, and then you got it, and then you play the next part, and then you've got it within 10 minutes. But now I've got to listen back to this whole song to get the parts, the structure, everything, like 60 fucking times to learn it, because that's just how I am. I got to learn by ear. And I mean, it helps when I can see where your fucking hands are on the guitar or whatever, and I can't do that because it's just an audio file.
Yeah, you're spending the time being like, is that a G? No.
Right.
Okay,
So like I get frustrated so fast, and like I'm also incredibly ADD. So like if I get over if I'm over it, then I'm just like I'm gonna put on a movie, and then all of a sudden 6 hours go by, and I'm like fuck, I didn't do anything.
Yeah. And your ears can play tricks on you too. Like I'm not great at learning by ear, but it's that same thing where you're like, I've done it before, and it does. If I'm in a good mood for it, like it can be kind of fun. But it is like, oh yeah, that's for sure like a fucking D, and then you're like playing it, and you're like, no, it's definitely not a D.
Right.
And then you're like, I played all the notes on the fucking, like, how have I not figured out like where I'm at right now? But I don't know. I could also just be like an idiot, but well, we also like we were gonna do this whole thing where we were gonna like kind of do like a remix of "Poetry Is Dead" off of the EP.
Right, you were saying
that's a song that, yeah, that's a song where like the song itself. It's funny because like there's actually been like a few people that have been like, no, I love that song, and we just like don't. It's not a good live song. I lyrically am very proud of that song, but I understand why people don't necessarily like flock to it.
Right.
But I was like, let's like just do like a fun like whatever, like acoustic version, or like let's do like a remix thing. And everybody was very on board. And then we had a few different ideas. Drake had some ideas, and then it kind of became a thing where like, all right, Drake, like ball's in your court. And then he sent me an idea, and I was like, I really like that. And then I was like, what do you want to do now? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I have some like acoustic guitar like ideas, but like we need Nick to do it. And it just it kind of devolved back into this thing of like it'd be helpful if we could get together.
Right.
It's just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, the thing that like was like in theory was gonna work really well at home turned out to being like, we could do a better job of this if we could actually get together and fuck around.
I mean, for solo artists, for me as a solo artist, it's been very helpful. You know, because I can sit down and I've been learning a whole other instrument, but I mean, also you have time to kind of just sit down and like write your own stuff. Like I've been writing actually quite a bit of lyrics, which is nice. But for bands, like if you thrive on that whole being an internet band, you know, and like sending demos through emails and writing that way, sure. But I just do not thrive that way, man. It's been not very helpful.
No, I think the thing too is when Lost Arts started, I had some songs, and that's how the band started. And ultimately, our best songs, with like a couple exceptions, I would say, have come when the four of us did it. Like I think I've said this in other podcasts. Like the whole EP is like a couple of the, like Explain Me Away and Best Wishes are my songs that I brought to them, and then the rest of them are songs that like Nick had a riff, and then him and I would kind of like loosely put a song together, and then we like, and then they just weren't like, everybody had a hand in them, but like not in terms of like Taking Bets was like, Hayden had a riff, and we like tried it, and then we totally abandoned it, and then we came back to it, and we like all four of us put this thing together, and it was the same thing with Wayless, and then some other songs that we have that aren't recorded yet, but like those are the ones where we're like, these are great. And then when we played them live, those are the ones that are like, what's the deal with this song? Or like, that new one was great. And it's because it wasn't just, oh yeah, Nick kind of put a thing together and brought it to the band, or like I put a thing together and brought it to the band. It was the four of us hanging out, fucking around, and we found something. Yeah. And that just doesn't lend itself, you know, because it's like essentially almost the band's foundation was almost in this like, in the same like field of demo recording, where it was like I already had something, and then we just sort of worked it out. It's the same thing if I was going to put something together and send it around online. And it's like, so ultimately that's not how we work together, which is fine. It's so that's why I would like to be able to get together with my friends. And
you thrive on the camaraderie, and I mean I miss that a ton. I mean I miss that just with hanging out with people, but as far as learning songs and writing songs is concerned, I need that person-to-person connection too, because I need to visually be able to see what you're playing. It's faster. It's like there's a connection there. And it's just I'm just so over this whole demo thing. But anyway, moving forward, for writing, and whether we want to be hanging out with people, we're both saying yes. We should jam. We should jam sometime.
For sure. We should jam right now.
But I have some notes here. Here are the downsides right now. My questions as to whether we can jam or not is jam spaces.
Big downside, coronavirus.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the main one, eh? But yeah, so with Corona, with COVID-19 in still effective swing, I guess, the big one that comes to mind is jam spaces, right? Because, I mean, with Heart Attack Kids, we jam out of a storage locker, which is a public space, right? And then that jam space is shared by 3 other bands, right? So, I mean, can we jam there? I don't think that's a good idea, you know?
Right.
My house, however, you know, I jam here all the time. Do I think that I can have people over at my house, at like 1 person over or 2 people over to jam? I absolutely think that's okay. 100%.
Right.
You know, because that's up to me. Like, it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm healthy, I'm clean, I'm not putting others at risk here. And then also the people I'm having over's discretion, whether they think that they're clean and blah, blah, blah. But I think that's absolutely fine. So I think we can jam at my house, but do I think that we can be doing the public jam space thing right now? No, I don't think that's a good idea yet.
Yeah, it's tough because, you don't know what other people are bringing in. I think that's what's so frustrating about this whole thing is it's like, okay, so I can go to work and, I mean, there's kind of precautions, but, I mean, ultimately, people aren't doing everything they can be doing.
No, definitely
and also
not.
in my job, I'm traveling from place to place. We're not really touching anybody, like, other than gates. Like, I'm touching people's back gates. But still coming in contact with people. Some people don't have like personal space issues. So
which
I
don't understand.
They get right up in there. But in just a general sense, hey man, back up. But,
oh my God. I was gonna say that on the last one. Thank you for reminding me this. I have coworkers. I'm gonna keep them nameless because apparently a couple people from work do listen to this podcast, which I thank you for. But
oh hey, thanks.
Even if there wasn't a pandemic, back the fuck up.
Yeah,
okay?
Back up.
Like, I can't believe how close, like, with the pandemic going on, people getting closer than 1 foot away from me and speaking directly at my face. I'm like, you are, like, I can feel spit hitting my face right now. Can you back up? Holy shit. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe how people just don't get it. It's like, dude,
no
and
regard.
Like I will get, and I'm not even that paranoid about this whole thing, but like there's been people that like will be walking up to me, and they'll get to a certain point, and then I'll just like slowly just start stepping backwards, and then they just keep coming.
They follow you. I can't believe that. What are they doing?
Man, I couldn't be dropping bigger hints right now than for you to back the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, people are unreal, dude.
Jesus.
And I mean, there's so many things that I hate being in public. Which is definitely more my issue. Just people make me so angry. Dude, this is pretty unrelated, but we were going to the grocery store the other day, last week. So I've been dropping Julie off at the front door in case there's a lineup.
Right.
And then I go park. So I pull up, I let Julia out, and then I have to I'm just going to go turn down to park. And there's a lady backing up, and she has all of the room to back up her like Toyota Corolla and and then move. And you know how you ever see somebody just drive a fucking Camry and they think that they're driving like a Mack truck, and you're like, hey man, it's just a fucking
like doing a 7-point turn, just going into a regular parking space. I'm like, dude, you have literally like eons of space. Just fucking back up.
It's just a Kia Forte, man. It's not that big of a deal. And she took so many tries at it, and I was getting so upset, which is my fault. I get angry too easily, but I was just like, hey lady, fucking let's go. I gotta go get some food.
Don't have all day.
Come on, let me park my car.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it makes me so upset. Just like, come on, be spatially, have just some spatial awareness.
Right.
Both ways. Know if you have enough and know that you're in mine.
Yeah. And with that said, with public jam spaces or communal jam spaces, which is what I've got written here, which I think is more accurate to a lot of people's situations, right? I mean, like even here, like I've got two roommates with bands. So, I mean, we do have more than one band jamming here. But, I mean, there are people that live here and people that I know very well. Not that I don't know the people that are going to the jam space at the city center, but I mean, city center is a public place altogether, right? Like that fucking front door is being handled by everyone in London. And then the jam space is still being handled by people I don't know as well as the people that would be here at my house. But the communal jam space is the one thing. So first off, this is another thing that I'm surprised it's taking a fucking pandemic for people to be snapping that they're, actually fucking getting a hold of. Bring your own microphone, people. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Okay. That needs to be a thing.
So
very
gross.
early. Very, very, very early on in my gigging career, I went in and I bought a microphone.
Me too. Here's the other thing too. Like, just know what you like. Like, I think that it's important to, like, you should know what your voice sounds good with. You should be comfortable. Right.
You should have, even if it is just a 58, like if you just want to share 58, that's cool. But buy your fucking own. Because, I remember one time I was at a Bodie Jar show at Call the Office, and this is so funny, man. And Andy, like, through the whole show, he was using the Call the Office 58. And the whole show, he was just like, "Wow, this fucking this tastes clean."
Oh my God!
They had cleaned it, but it was just like, that's the other thing is if they clean it, it's like Andy was just
so
sucking in fucking disinfectant the whole time.
Oh my God!
Buy your own microphone. I mean, obviously, buy your own microphone.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't. That's the thing is, Radio Caroline. I bought my own microphone very early on because, I mean, first off, for jams, you need to have a microphone, right? We never were in a communal space. We paid rent at like a studio building, and so I needed to I bought my own PA. Like when I was like 15, I bought a PA and a microphone and all that shit. But I had that elaborate microphone stand, so I had to duct tape, like hockey tape my microphone to my microphone stands. So I had to bring a microphone to every gig because I had to bring my mic stand, obviously.
Right.
Diva style. But I mean, very early on, like, you play Call the Office one time or you go play some fucking house venue in Oshawa or whatever, and you see that microphone. Like, I remember I lent a microphone out. It wasn't a very expensive one, so I'm not really all that worried about it. And to a house show for the night. And it was a Lapsaria show. I'm gonna name drop here because people that know this band and know this guy, they're gonna attest to this. It was my microphone that Lapsaria were using, and James Ogue bashes the microphone off of his forehead several times intentionally.
Oh.
Splits his forehead wide open, starts bleeding everywhere. Right? As part of the show. So I get my microphone back, and I don't know if I still have it. I did have it for a long time, soaked with blood.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable. And you know what? I never said anything because, I mean, honestly, like for maybe a second, I was pissed, but that's pretty unreal. That's pretty.
That's
I mean,
so unreal.
it was $100 microphone, so I mean, like, I don't care that much. And I mean, I got like years of use out of it before, but I saw that and I was like, the fucking cage was bashed down flat, covered in blood.
Oh my God! Off of his head?
On the forehead, man. And people that know James and know Lapsaria, they will tell you that is a fact that he's done that. That's not the first time he's done it. It's wild. Unbelievable.
That is wild.
So, by the way, shout out to Lapsaria and James Ogue. Fantastic band. Go check them out. But that's, bring your own microphone, people, because, you don't know what kind of things are going down on your microphone.
Yeah, dude. I won't lend out mine. I won't lend out my Sennheiser.
Yeah, I'm not lending mine out anymore.
Josh called me one day. They were doing I think it was like when Plants played at the Saddle Dome, and he was like, "Hey, he's like, we need one more microphone. Can we borrow your microphone?" And I was like, like my Sennheiser, and he was like, yeah, like if you're cool with it.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I'm not. I was like, but you know what? I was like, I have a 57 that I don't really use. I was like, you can borrow that one. He was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, you cannot use this Sennheiser.
Well,
I'll replace a 57 if like something happened to it.
I'm not going to be happy about it.
No, I was like, my Sennheiser is fucking my Sennheiser, and I will only be using mine.
I use it. There are many Sennheisers like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this one is... I bought it for a couple of reasons, one of which was so I could use it. I will not share.
So to bring it back to
the
communal jam space, because I know Lost Arts and Cakeface used to jam in the same house up until recently. And Lost Arts, I believe now are going to jam at the Dime House, right?
Maybe. If Cam's listening to this, Cam, can we jam at your house? Because as of right now,
this question is
right now we haven't talked.
The title of this episode is "Can we jam?" Please, Cam.
Yeah. The title of the episode is "Can Lost Arts Jam at the Dime House?" ... Please, and then I'll tag Cam in it.
Amazing. But yeah. So I mean, with you in particular, I mean, I know you're really aching to jam, so you might be influenced. But I mean, do you think that you can jam over at the Dime House with, like several other bands all sharing a spot?
Right. So this is if Cam is listening to this and I haven't talked to you yet, this was my whole thought process because I trust those guys, especially, Cam is very careful.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very careful. Drake's been very careful. I know they have had Diamond's had one social distance practice, I guess, where they like wore masks and they sanitized.
They wore masks during their jam?
Apparently, or Drake did maybe. I don't remember. Because Cam and Carl and Alex all live together. So like my thought process on it was if because ultimately it's if they're cool with us doing it. We would come in through the side door. We would bring all of our own stuff. I mean, they're Drake's drums, so Drake just has to show up. But Hayden and Nick bring their own shit. Obviously, I'd bring my own microphone. We do the thing in the room, use our own stuff, and then either we can sanitize as we leave, or they can sanitize after we leave. We're in there for whatever 2 hours. We're in and we're out, and we don't hang out like. Whatever they're cool with, I trust those guys. I know that I've been as safe as I can be. I trust my bandmates in being as safe as they can be. And we're all, good friends.
Yeah.
So I would hope so. That's how I would approach it. I think that as long as there's sort of like a trust thing involved.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at too. I mean, I'm jamming in a house too, and I feel like with the people that I jam with, and the people that are all living here and having their own jams and stuff, I think that there's no problem with having people here.
Well, how about this as a question then? So just to make it even more personal to us, but I think as people can relate, a thing that we would do once or twice a month was I would have 10 of you guys over to my place. We'd fucking hang out, have a kitchen table party. So let's say the government goes, all right,
ready.
Groups of 10 can hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that I would have over here, I trust, obviously, for a couple reasons. But is that almost overstepping to be like, yo, let's have a kitchen table party tonight? Let's hang out.
The difference between the jams and the kitchen table parties is that the kitchen table party we're going to be like a foot away from each other, right? I mean, like a jam.
Yeah.
And this is the thing.
And I'm talking I'm not talking tonight, right? I'm talking maybe in the next month or so.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be this weird thing even when they say because also too, it's like when Trudeau or Doug Ford or whatever starts saying all right, you guys can start hanging out now. 10 of you. I mean, they'll probably go 5 first and then 10. But it's is there much of a difference between, last week and this week? What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this
Right.
weird thing where it's like, I'm sure there's lots of stuff that we could have been doing for the past month, and there's caution and, you know, like,
Right.
obviously. I feel like I'm, like, preferencing a lot of stuff so people don't think I'm being an asshole. We're just kind of talking right now, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. People want to get back to normal, and it is like that.
Right.
The whole thing of, like, I think it is. I think my whole point of bringing that up was, like, I trust that my friends are doing their part.
Yeah, that's my
and
point.
enough if you're gonna bring them in, you know, to your
100%.
homes and stuff. You know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And especially with the fact that they're coming into my house, right? I mean, like, they're not showing up at fucking city center, and they're like, well, this place is disgusting anyway, so why would I sanitize my hands before I walk in? It's more,
Yeah.
you know, Jared's coming over to my house and we're gonna jam in my kitchen, so of course he's gonna sanitize his hands and back the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Not just like cough openly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that the home jam space, home studios, I think that that's okay right now. But I'm also not the fucking premier of the province, so don't take my word for it, people. But I'm very ready.
Thing is, it's just be responsible.
Right?
Be a
Yeah. It's
responsible
all up to
person,
your
you know?
discretion, right? Like.
Be honest with yourself. Don't be just careless. You know, like, if you've been out a lot or whatever, you know, when you're out, you know, I haven't been masking up or gloving up or whatever, and I know that in some people's opinion I would be an asshole in that situation. Which, fair enough. But also, man, when I'm going to the grocery store, I am in and I am out, and there is a multitude of people that I've been frustrated with in grocery stores that are just fucking just short of being in a hazmat suit.
No
that
mask.
are zigzagging around and are in the way.
Yeah.
And it's those people where it's like, you're just, okay, cool, you're gloved up and shit, but you're still touching everything.
Right.
And you're still in the way. It's just get to where you need to go and then get out.
Yeah. I sanitize
before I go in.
I only
Sanitize
just
when I go
got
out.
started to get, like, because I mean, I was going to Superstore for a while. No sponsor. I was going to like a big Superstore before, and I was being cautious. You know, I wore a mask once. For a while, I was going without a mask. This was early on, and then I started going to a really small, like, country town grocery store, so it's a little less of a problem. But I do wear a mask when I go there. But I was over at my parents' place about a week ago, I think. And my dad, he's in his 60s, right? Very early, I think he's 60. I don't even know how old my dad is. But anyway.
Yeah, who knows how old their parents are?
I don't fucking know. Nerds.
Yeah.
So I was over there, and he's talking about how he goes to Costco, right? And he's diabetic, by the way, type 1 diabetic, so he's at risk. But he still goes. He wears a mask, you know, sanitizes his hands, whatever. And it made me so fucking angry to hear my dad, who, I mean, like, my dad's a pretty badass dude, right? So I was pretty surprised to hear that the guy was even wearing a mask. But not that I think that not wearing a mask is a badass thing, like a cool thing to do. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I was very pleasantly surprised to hear that he was wearing a mask. But he said it was an unbelievable how many people in Costco weren't wearing masks, weren't wearing gloves, touching everything, standing really close to me. And I got so fucking mad because, like I said, my dad is at risk, you know? And people are just moseying in. Like, people are clearly still being so fucking irresponsible about this right now. So, and that's the whole reason why we're asking this question. Can we fucking jam already? Because, I mean, I've been taking the precaution, and you've been taking the precaution. All of our bandmates are ready to get back to work. But there are so many people that are just being idiots, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, this is the thing that, like, makes us sane, you know? I'm, like, very happy that I have, like, a few hobbies, you know? I feel bad that the people that are going even crazy are, like... I always think about that, man, like, that... I'm always like, man, I'm working this shitty job, but, like, I like, have these things that I look forward to. I mean, the other day, you and I had a talk because I had some technical difficulties with this John episode, and it, like, made me angry that I couldn't put it out in time. And you were like, dude, it's not a big deal. Like, well, we're still gonna put it out. we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
it's because I'm like, yeah, but I was like working towards this goal, and I want to make the things that I'm doing like as
Right.
good as I can make them,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of how many people are partaking. And then because like that's what makes me happy. It's the same thing of like, man, I loved promoting Weightless, and now that that's like coming to an end, it's like I wish that we had another thing, you know, in the back ready
It
to go.
gives you a drive,
And
an ambition and something to work towards.
And that's like the exciting part of doing all this stuff, and that's I love. It's funny because like I love the band stuff. I love making music with my friends and everything. But like I love all the extra shit. I love being like, what can we put on a T-shirt, and like what can we bring to a live show that's just like different that would be cool to have on stage, and what can we fucking put on our Instagram that's hilarious and also will drive people to streaming or whatever. Like I love all that shit, and I think that's what also drives me to the podcast of like, what can we do that's interesting that'll bring some value to anybody that's looking to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel for people that don't have that every day. I feel for the people that are just, and that, and other people live for other shit. People live to go to the golf course or whatever, to go play tennis or whatever the fuck it is. But I feel bad for people that don't really have a hobby through all this, that are like, I don't know what to fucking do with my life. I just want to go back to work and like have this normalcy in my life again,
Yeah. I mean, to bring it back, I'm going to give one more shout out to my pops, Dave, here. There's people that don't have hobbies at all, and I can only imagine how excruciating this fucking isolation has been for you guys,
Mm-hmm.
Or
sure.
like they have less hobbies, I mean, like watching TV is a fucking hobby, but my dad is like a diehard golfer. He's always been a very athletic guy. He's a hockey player, baseball player, like he does all that shit. And my dad was just fucking so pissed that he couldn't golf, couldn't play hockey, couldn't do anything, just sat at home, watch TV, to the point where like I was calling him every couple days. I'm like, what's new, how's it going? And he just go, fucking nothing, man. Like it was like really upsetting. He's like, I can't do anything. And like I would relate with him, because I mean, like, Dad, believe me, like I'm supposed to be on tour right now, like what this is shit. Like, not only is it a hobby, but it's like something that we fucking need to be doing, right? And it
here's
sucks.
the other
we
thing
can't
too.
do
It's like with the music or even the podcast, it's like, regardless of what the numbers look like, it's like this visceral thing inside of you that's like, all I want to do is this thing, to like whatever extent that I can do it, and like, and if I look at like, oh, what were the podcast numbers, and it's fucking like, I was 3 listeners yesterday, and then I looked like tomorrow, and then it's at 7, and I'm like, holy fuck,
that's
man,
awesome.
like 4 more people listed, like that's fucking awesome.
We fucking got 4 more today, man. That's sick.
Yeah, and it's this visceral thing where you're like, it's like kind of an addiction to like, I want more of it, but even with just the jamming thing of like, I was talking to Nick and Drake the other day. We had a phone call, and we kind of decided like that first jam, like let's just like there's gonna be nothing attached to that. There's gonna be no goal. Let's just fucking get together and just do whatever. There's no like, let's write a song.
We gotta do this.
Let's work on this chorus. It's like, let's just get together and fucking play some songs, and if it's just even a jam for fucking 2 hours, cool. Let's just
very
do that.
Excited
whatever the first jam is.
I don't care about the practicing. I'm ready to jam. I want fucking 3 other people to show up, and we don't know what the hell we're gonna play, but we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna play it anyway. That's what I want. Yeah.
Let's shake off the rust and get back to it, because it's like, I think what's the deal with studios right now? Do you know, with studios being open?
Studios
like
are
that?
reopening. Yeah. A friend of mine, Aaron Murray at Charterhouse Studios, just shared. He was actually the face of the London Free Press article about how studios are reopening, which is pretty sweet.
Shout out Aaron Murray.
Yeah, shout out Aaron Murray. But yeah, studios are reopening. I don't know what the precaution's going to be. It's probably going to be distanced. There's a lot of people that have been canceling recording time, so I don't know if, maybe they're going to be booked until fucking fall of 2021. I have no idea.
I know, that's my one issue, is I'm like, oh no, like, what do we...
No idea.
It's like, we're booked up for a long time.
Yeah.
But
But
Yeah, dude. This isn't like I just want to throw it out there. I have a quick question for you. Right when we're done, I know you have a thing you gotta go to, but I have a quick question about recording for when we're done with this.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw it out there now. But yeah, because that's the thing with studios though, is it's like, there's gonna be multiple people in there all the time, you know,
in a confined space,
like, and that's other. It's
And
like Sugar Shack is like not a big spot, but.
The thing about
so then it's like the
studios
pressure
too, you don't
like,
bring your own microphones to the fucking studio either, right? Like they've got like $1,000 microphone that everyone's using. So that's a bit of a question too.
I mean, it's and like they'll be on it with sterilizing and stuff like that. It's just that extra. Do you think I have a couple more things with this that are sort of just more general, but like, do you think like shit like handshakes are out? Like, how do you think we move on from this? Do you think that there's a point if it's like a year from now where everything's just kind of back to normal?
Yeah,
or do you think there's some stuff that are just gone? I don't know, man. Because I like shaking hands, but I also like a fist bump. Like
the handshake.
I don't know.
The handshake. I mean, like, I've been in bands where like you're on hug terms kind of deal. But I know Radio Caroline, man. Like from day one, it was like, all right, see you later, handshake. You know. Yeah. It's like it's a professional courtesy. It's like a brotherly thing, and I'm not down to scrap the handshake forever. That's definitely not happening.
See, the other thing too, man, is like I like hugs, dude.
I like hugs too. That's the thing. I was just about to say. I'm not ruling out fucking hugs either. Hug. It's not. I don't know when that's gonna be reintroduced, but that I'm not never hugging the homies ever again. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but
dude,
but
the
to answer your
homies
question,
will be hugged.
I don't know when that's gonna happen. Like, and I mean the handshake is, I mean, hugs. Yeah, it's like a whole embrace or whatever, right? So I mean, like you're getting so close, your faces are like inches away. But the handshake, I mean, right now thinking about someone trying to shake my hand right now, I'm like, back the fuck up, right? So I don't know.
Dude, I had a guy. There's this guy that works sales. This is actually kind of a sad story. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but he just was like at work on Monday. It was like it's a whole thing. I think he's having a bit of a mental breakdown, but that's a separate story. But he's at work looking to get a promotion at like 5. It was like 5 a.m. It's like just the texts that are there, and he's like, "Caleb, man, what's going on?" And he like throws his hand up, and I was like, "Are you seriously gonna try to shake my hand right now?" And he was like, "Oh, like who cares, man? Just go wash your hand or whatever." And I was like, "This is fucked, man." Like, like we're in like we're in the middle of a thing right now, dude. Like, what the hell? And it was weird because like when I saw him do it, like just my initial reaction was like, I extend my hand, and then I was like, wait a sec, and then he grabbed it, and that's like as he was coming in, like my hand just like it went out as like a habit. And then I was like, "Are you really gonna shake my hand right now?" And then he like grabbed it, and I was just like, I didn't even like partake in the handshake. He just grabbed it, and he was like, "I don't fucking care." And I was like, "Oh, this is fucked, man. How about don't do that? How about don't shake my hand right now? We can fist bump, and that's about it."
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I have a quick second thing is, would you rather the government say this whole thing is gonna go until, like in terms of lockdown and seeing our friends until like the end of the year, like December? Or would you rather them kind of keep doing what they're doing and they're just like, yeah, end of May. Okay, second week of June.
I would much rather.
End of June.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I would much rather them just be fucking straight up with us and be like, hey guys, everything's fucking closed until November. I would way rather than do that than be like, hey, yeah, so I think we're probably going to open stuff up again like June 15th, you know, and then June 15th shows up and they're like, oh, we're going to go till like the 30th, you know, and then they just keep stringing us along. I'm fucking tired of that. Because, I mean,
do you think they know? Do you think they know?
Well, I think everyone fucking knows. Like, it's going to take a while before we can do this shit. And, I mean, the Heart Attack Kids tour has been postponed, right? And, I mean, shows being, that's the thing, is I use postponed very specifically as the term because a lot of people have been canceling their tours, which I think is the way to go, because if people bought those tickets and you postpone the gig, they can't get that money back. And I mean, everyone needs all the money they can possibly get right now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like if Rage Against the Machine didn't fucking cancel their shows, there'd be a lot of people out like $400 fucking right now. So
Yeah.
But anyway, the Heart Attack
Dude,
Kids
you
dates.
imagine getting a Rage Against the Machine ticket, right? And you're like, I
my
fucking
God.
got the ticket. They cancel the gig, you get your money back, and then they go on sale again when this is all over, and then you don't get the
And
ticket.
you don't get the
imagine
ticket.
that?
Oh
dude.
man, that's heartbreaking.
I'd be
That's
mad,
heartbreaking.
dude.
So actually, you know what? I've got the flip side of that, where Theo Katzman was playing in Toronto. He was supposed to play in Toronto in March, I think, or March or April. I think it was April, and I wasn't going to be able to go because of the fucking tour. And now the Toronto show didn't happen yet. He canceled the show, and he said he's going to reschedule. And I'm actually really stoked because now I'll probably be able to buy a fucking ticket. So that's like it's the complete opposite for me. But yeah, I mean, so the Heart Attack Kids shows have been postponed, and they're saying all the dates are being postponed to October, and I don't think that that's going to happen. You know, unfortunately, I mean, like, it sucks to think about not being able to play shows pretty much for the entire year. That does suck to think about.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would much rather we just don't worry about it, because I don't think putting this deadline when no one even knows what's really going on, it's just making people it's just getting people's hopes up, and you're going to start making plans, and then they're not going to happen, and you're going to get disappointed and shit. It's just I'd much rather them just say, like, hey guys, shit sucks right now, everything's done until November, deal with it, instead of like, yeah, we're going to try in June, and then June comes and they're like, oh, everything that you planned isn't happening now.
Yeah, it's like that's what I was kind of saying with, like, it's like I obviously want to get playing shows again, but like I just want to be able to jam. If the shows are on hold for a year, that fucking sucks, and I feel terrible for the people that have like financial stakes in that. But just selfishly, I'm like, just if I can get together with the guys, we can work with that. We can make that work.
Right.
We can do stuff. We can write. We can go to the studio, hopefully, and record. We can kind of do everything else that we would do. You know, and like, I want the shows to come back. I want to fucking play. But it's like, if we can just even do the first step of that, which would be getting together and being able to jam, then we can prepare for when the shows come back. We can just it can just be ridiculous with how many shows we have. Because I also can't wait to just be able to go back and play again, man. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Edie Tax to get a Rum Runners gig. I can't wait to drive to Hamilton and play to fucking 20 people. I can't, whatever.
You know, and to make it more meta. To make it more meta, I can't wait for the We Should Jam Sometime episode where Can We Play Shows Again comes up. And we are actually thinking about playing some shows.
Yeah,
you know?
We're talking about fucking gigging and stuff. So
I wonder what's going to happen there. Sorry, you go ahead.
I want to make the most of it. I want to, and then like I said, like I want to be fully prepared and just be at the gate, just fucking ready. Or like, we have new songs, and I want to have that edge, because I think there's some people that are just like, oh well, I want to play shows, or so we'll just, I guess, wait till we can play the shows. And it's just like, Lost Arts is gonna be fucking ready for when this thing is over.
I'm gonna be fucking ready to hit the road, man.
Our live show is gonna be so fucking good whenever whenever it's time to play.
Hell yeah.
So just let me go jam with the boys, because that's what this is all about.
Hell yeah.
Let's go write some hits, man. We set the bar very high, and we'd like to just fucking blow it up, and it'll be even higher after that, or
boy.
whatever analogy works.
Write those fucking hits, man.
Yeah, dude. Write another one. We got a hit, dude. It hasn't fully gone viral yet, but it's a hit, and we're gonna go write more.
And you know what?
Whitelist is a hit, and
go get out there.
Video.
Go listen to that hit. Waitlist streaming now.
It's called Waitlist is streaming now. Reed Velitis did a great video, and dude, it's actually fucking. There's some people that like I was acquaintances with that I've been humble bragging a lot in this episode. I don't mean to, but it just feels good.
Feel yourself, bro.
It feels good when people hit you up and they're like, dude, I checked the video. It is fucking awesome, and the song is also like really great. And you're just like, oh, dude, what? That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Fuck yeah.
And I also love telling the guys that, because it's funny, because people just message me. They don't message the guy. Oh, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, really? And you're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love
when it's
telling
someone
Nick,
that they don't know
Nick
at all.
I love telling the guys where I'm like, dude, I was looking at our Spotify for artists the other day, and we had one streamer in Jordan. And they're like, in Jordan? And I'm like, yeah, man.
Like the country
like,
Jordan?
Yeah, dude. There
What
was
the
one
hell?
streamer in Jordan. And I was like, I didn't even know they had Spotify, but that's
Fall
fucking dope.
2021 Lost Arts Jordan tour.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I can't wait. But it's so cool. It's cool. Like, it's cool to see that people in like Finland are listening, even if it's like our numbers are not huge, but it's like, oh, the fucking 6 people in Germany have listened, and 4 people in Australia have listened, and 3 people in Norway.
That blows my
You're
mind.
like, what? Like,
That always
how
blows
are
my mind.
people on the other side of the world listening to this? Even if it is just 3 people, you're like,
Radio
that's
Caroline
fucking
had
wild.
like we had a handful of listeners in Sweden, which just fucking blows my. Like, how the hell?
Yeah, man.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I see like Sweden and like Germany for us are like bigger ones.
Yeah, that's
So we're
wild
like,
to me.
Nick's always like, can we go to the UK? And I'm like, we're going to do it. Someday we're going to do it, buddy.
Nick is
We're
that
gonna do
guy,
it.
eh? Can we go to the UK?
Dude, Nick is
hey, man, we
yeah.
haven't even done like an actual Ontario rip yet, so
Yeah, we're like,
hold your horses.
He's like, he dreams big, which is great. It's just sometimes you got to reel it in.
you got to pull him out of the clouds sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm like, hey, man, let's for sure go to Europe. Let's do it. But like, because I was like, technically, we could just book a European tour.
You
Like,
could
there's
just do
nothing
it.
stopping you from doing that. You could just
100%.
do it.
I mean, except for COVID-19 is kind of stopping you right now. But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I
other
mean,
than
outside
that,
of a
nothing else
I mean,
is stopping you
can
from
just
going
do
to the
it.
UK
There's
right
nothing
now.
stopping you. It could be totally awful, but yeah, you could totally do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like we would do well over there. Like our music anyway would do well.
I would say so.
But there's more work to do. Apparently they love rock music over there.
They sure
So,
do.
One day I would love to go do the whole UK thing. But
Anyways, now that we're
anyway,
digressing
yeah, I should
into
let you
world
go.
domination,
yeah, yeah.
the question, can we jam? We've given our answers. We want to hear from you guys at home. What do you think? Can you jam yet?
We say yes. We say
We
yes.
say yes. We give it a big green light as long as you're being courteous with your bandmates. And don't go to the city center yet, guys. It's pretty gross over there. All right.
Yeah, as long as you're being responsible, you can jam.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, we'll see you. We'll see you next week or whatever the next episode is. Thank you so much for listening. Go stream all of our musics in the links below, and we'll talk to you later. Bye
Cheers,
bye.
guys. Peace.